Hi, this is my southern redbud tree population estimate. Starting with a general estimate, these were much easier to count than the ducks since they don't move. They're easily identifiable by their heart-shaped leaves, and usually in the springtime they have pink or red leaves, which would make it much easier to identify them, but since it's summertime, that makes them a little bit more tricky to identify. But across the entire lake, I was only able to spot 4 trees. They stand out against the other species of plants, and they were pretty random in placement, which I talk about in a different part of my website. For the birth rate, they are self-pollinating. They produce flowers from old twigs, branches, and trunks, but the problem is it is not flowering season for the trees, which means they are not producing pollen. There's also no space for new saplings. A lot of other space in the lake area is taken up by other types of trees and bushes and plants. So that leads me to put the birth rate at 0. Going on to the death rate, the average lifespan of this particular breed of tree is 20 years. And the lake itself was only constructed about 13 years ago, and from what I saw, the landscaping came along with it. So these trees are no more than 13 years old, which means that they're not near dying soon. So that also leads me to put the death rate at 0. Some limiting factors is, like I stated before, there's no space for new trees due to it being taken up by other species. But also, there is a landscaping team that supervises the lake, and they do not permit any more trees from being grown. So even if a tree was to be planted, it would not make it very far. This brings me to my hypothesis. Due to the limiting factors such as lack of space, not yet mature trees, and human interference, we can expect that no new trees will be born and no pre-existing trees will die, resulting in a growth rate of 0. And here's my graph. It remains the same throughout all 3 months, because there's just no way that any more trees can be born or die just quite yet. That's it. Thank you.